Okay, I'm going to go and get started, but I'm going to need you guys to give me all the outfit details toward the end of the episode because I want to know it all. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Luisa Clausen. I'm the host of the official podcast here at the College of Education and Human Sciences. We are only human, and I am here with the people that make the football games happen, the people that bring the joy, the excitement. Without them, the football games would not be the same. I'm here with Amy and Jessica. They're part of the paddle people, and we're just going to find out a little bit about how everything works out, and they're going to tell us all the behind the scenes of the most exciting thing we have here at OSU. Okay, welcome, guys.
Thank you.
I'm happy to have you guys here. I'm really excited. Clearly, they're incredibly well dressed today, representing.
You gotta show up and show out.
Yeah. We can end the podcast here.
Done.
Okay, you guys, tell me a little bit about what year you're on, and when did you find out about paddle people? Why did you decide to be a paddle person?
Okay, I can go first. So I'm a junior.
Okay.
And Oklahoma State has always been like my dream school. So like my mom went here, and I've always been like coming to football games and stuff. So I've been around paddle people. Like I've seen it growing up. And so like I told my mom and like my dad, I was like, hey, like I'm going to do that one day. Like I'm going to be the person that's like being the stick against the wall, like I'm going to do that. So I just kind of always had it on my bucket list, I guess you could say. So.
What about you?
Kind of the same story. My brother came to OSU, and he's quite a bit older than me. And so I always knew I wanted to come to OSU. I didn't really know what the paddle people were until about a year before I came here, and I took like a tour of the school. And I was like, wait, that's actually really cool. And so I joined my freshman year, and I just been doing it ever since.
Okay, so walk me through who do you go to, reach out to so you can join the...
So I joined by going to like the organization fair that they have at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
And they just kind of have a setup. So you basically like get meeting information, and then you just go. They kind of tell you what you're going to do, what it's about, and you pay a due, and that's just kind of it. It's like super easy. Yeah. That's what everyone asks.
No
and they're
training.
Like
you guys don't have an arm workout?
We do actually have a practice before the first game. Yeah, because we're trying to time with the band and our president. Like we're just trying to get in sync. That's our biggest thing is like just being in sync and not trying to fall out of that.
And a lot of people don't know that we can get like fines and get like kicked out of the stadium for paddling at the wrong time.
The football team can get like a penalty if we like don't stop paddling at a certain time. It's insane. Yeah. Like all like the nitty gritty, like
you have to kind of learn ins and outs of it. Okay, so I'm shocked. Tell me what a day in a paddle person life, like football day, game day looks like.
Do we want to start at camp out?
Yes, we want to start at camp out.
Out's the night before, and you're there. Check-in's like 8, and then you stay at the stadium all night, and you leave at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
So it's tradition.
Yeah.
It started with like the very first paddle people staying there overnight to get like front row on the stadium before they were paddle people.
Okay.
And so they had to get there like as early as they could to get the front row. So then it just kind of kept going with us, and now we stay until like 6 a.m. and then we get kicked out, and then you go back home. Yeah, and like if it's an early kickoff game, you might not even go back to bed. Like you might just get ready for the game.
We have to be there 3 hours before kickoff.
Yeah.
We get let in the stadium 2.5 hours before, and then students and spectators and everybody can come in an hour and a half before. So we just have to be there early and like get our spots, get everything passed out. So if
it's an 11 a.m. game,
you're there early. Yeah, it's early.
Yeah. What did those camp outs look like? Do you guys have a lot of fun, or some people are just like, oh, please let me just sleep?
I'm like let me sleep. Like I'm in bed by 9:30, like 10 o'clock. I'm like putting up my tent, my air mattress. I have my dog, so my dog's like ready to go to bed.
Did you really take your dog? That's so sweet.
Maggie's like a mascot for us.
She is the mascot.
Does she have orange outfits?
I have an orange like scarf thing for her. So
we have to take a picture. What about for you? Are you like go to bed, or you go let's hang out?
Sometimes we have like really fun activities. Like our last one, we had a scavenger hunt where we had to run all over campus. I wouldn't say that's exactly a fun activity, but I was definitely ready for bed. So it just depends on if we have something good going.
Does it get worse when it gets colder?
Yes, I get cold super easily, so I'm like bundled up, like layers, but people are wearing shorts. I'm like, you're crazy.
What is your favorite part about being a paddle person?
Honestly, I think just being like front row
Really?
It's
for the
such a
games.
different
Like you just feel like you're on top of everything and like you're just crazy involved. We also get on TV a lot.
Yeah.
Because
That's
TV
true.
people are just right there, so it's really cool. Like my watch. Go ahead.
Sorry. We get to make like a lot of connections with the football players too. Like we just
Oh.
had Hudson Cack at one of our last meetings and we got to like talk with him.
Really?
Like a lot of our people are good friends with like Bowman or Ollie. And so they'll just kind of show up sometimes and like they'll come up to the wall and just like say hi to everyone that they know.
Do you feel like there's a support from like OSU students and from like the organizations? Like
I'm really
everybody loves it?
surprised about the support, especially like from the football team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she said, like they go to our meetings, like they come and take pictures with us after, like they do like post us on their stories. Like they're just very supportive in that way.
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys feel like being part of this makes you more passionate about the university? Like you feel like your pride comes, like do you guys wear orange a lot?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it helps with my like loyal and true a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say for me it does, just because like we're not like you're kind of leading the student section and you're kind of like the hype for it. You're kind of
That's
so it's
true,
like we also do have a lot of like responsibility on us just for the penalties and everything else. So it's you're kind of like first step in line of a lot of stuff.
And like I said in the beginning of the podcast, I mean, it really you guys really set the tone at football games. Like you said, like the student section, I sit right there kind of close to you guys, and you guys set the rhythm and everything like that. And so I really appreciate it. This is just me. I really have to ask. I know it's a stupid question, but your arms, does it hurt?
Not really. So
No,
at
I
the
disagree.
beginning, really?
I disagree.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't go all like 100%
you work out?
every
Tell us.
time.
If you work out,
You're good. I don't go 100% every time.
I
so
do.
I
go
pace
hard.
I pace myself.
okay.
So by
Are
the
there
end.
moments, when do you decide to like, okay, this is the moment to go pow pow really hard?
touchdowns. In the
Touchdowns.
beginning, whenever like they're running out and like we're going with the music and stuff, like that's really cool.
You guys brought your paddles today?
Yes,
Will you
we
show us a little bit? So is it wood?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Just a straight 2x1. We actually make them.
Yeah.
So we sand them down, we cut them. We actually do at the beginning of the season right behind Eskimo Joe's.
Really?
Yeah, and then we send them off to somebody to paint them, put the letters
very
on,
beautiful.
and our little grippers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that help not like hurt your hands?
Yeah.
Will just slip. If we
you
drop
go-
them, that's a huge deal
Feel the
too.
difference in mine and hers.
Okay.
Mine is like a cheaper grip, and then
Yep.
she's got like the really nice.
This is already heavy.
Yeah.
My arm's already hurting.
Yeah.
I will say
Okay.
the first year that I did it, I was like, dang, like my arm's tired and sore, but after 3 years, you kind of know like the feel of it.
That's
so,
right.
for
I was
sure.
going to ask you because it's your third year, it's your second year. What are some of the things you guys learn? I'm just going to keep this.
You girl, you're good.
What are some of the things you guys learn like your second year, third year as the time goes by?
I don't really.
I mean, like, as a freshman, you don't know, like, all the chants or anything, even the alma mater. Like, as a
Oh.
freshman, I would not have memorized that without being on Paddle People, I think. But being in Paddle People, you have to memorize it because you're leading the chants and everything.
I think I just got more comfortable. Like the first time, like, and I made like really good friends.
Yeah.
Like the first couple times, I was like,
did.
dang, I'm just gonna kind of sit here like by myself, and then like you just start making friends and you get more comfortable around everybody and start hanging out with them like at camp out and then just at the games.
Okay, so I have 2 questions coming up and then we can start wrapping up.
Okay.
But I just have so many questions. How does your family feel like? Are they proud that you guys are doing that? You mentioned your
Oh my
family's a big OSU fan, so I can only imagine they're like looking
After every game, it's a Facebook post of like, hey, he was on TV, like, and it's like, okay. My watch will go off and it's like, oh, I know I was on TV,
they
like
saw
my
you.
mom's blowing out my phone.
Yeah, that's the same way for me. I have family in Texas, and they don't get to come up very often. So, they're like, we're watching you today. Like,
Yeah.
make sure you're loud. I'm like, okay.
That is sweet.
It's kind of crazy because you'll get texts like, I got a text from like one of my mom's like older friends that I haven't seen in years, and she's like, hey, I just saw you on TV. And it's like, dang, like you don't think about who's watching,
Right.
you know, until you get all these texts, like, I saw you on TV.
And then you're going hard and just screaming.
Yeah, my parents are awesome. They like come up to games and they'll sit across from me just to like
So they
watch
can look
me,
at
and I'm
you.
like, oh, thanks, guys.
That's sweet. What is one thing students probably don't know about paddle people?
Camp out would be my number one thing. Like, everyone's
I
like,
didn't know that.
hey, like, how do I get to do it? And I'm like, yeah, like, here's how you get to do it. You know, it's not hard to get in or anything, but this is what we do. And then they're just like,
every
camp
game?
out? Every home game.
Every home game?
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys go to away games or no?
No.
Not really.
Okay.
So a fun fact about these is that they're basically considered like a weapon. So they're locked in the stadium somewhere that we don't know. So they have to be escorted out. They have to be passed out to us
This is a
before
weapon.
anyone.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
It is heavy.
Before anyone can like come into the stadium, no one else can
Wow.
touch them. Like, only paddle people. It is crazy.
Yeah, we have
Yes.
to do like almost training for like, because you know, you have drunk students behind you, and like
Right.
we've had people like grab them and get into fights before with them and try to like beat people with them, and so we have to be like, no, you actually can't touch
do
our
that,
paddles.
yeah.
But yeah, so unless like our execs hand you your paddle, you don't get a paddle, and nobody else can touch the paddle.
If you leave, it's like, hey, I need you to watch this, like, while I go get
Yeah.
something to eat or
Go to the
drink or
bathroom
something.
Yeah.
Can non-students be a part of it, like community members or something? No, just students? Okay.
So
You feel like you guys are going to be sad when it's time to graduate?
yeah, I'm gonna be sad. I think it's definitely like that's cool that I got to do it kind
Yeah.
of thing, and like you're passing it on to the next group, you know. But no, it'll be sad like going to my first OSU game and it's like
And
just
not
listening to
sitting
I'm
there.
just sitting there.
Where's my paddle?
For real.
We still have alumni members, like our past presidents will come up and they'll get to like honorary paddle.
Oh,
For a
that's
quarter.
cool. Okay.
So, I mean, there's a chance we can do something like that once we graduate.
Yeah.
But I think it'll also be nice to enjoy a game not
With-
paddling.
Absolutely.
Especially
Not showing up
after-
3 hours early
Yeah.
or going to camp out all night.
That was so hot. How are you guys not dying?
Oh my gosh.
It was 160 degrees
We had
out.
multiple people go to the ER for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just from the heat of
Right.
from the turf in the field, and then like from the sun, like it was just, I felt like trapped. I don't know if you felt that way, but I was like, heat's just all around me.
Yeah.
Like I would go up like one section to go say hi to my friends, and it was like immediately cooler. Like it was still hot, don't get me wrong, but it was like, dang,
A lot
like this is so much nicer up here.
I could not say a thing in that game. I was looking at you guys and I was like, I am about to pass out watching that. Well, girls, I'm so amazed by that. It's so cool. I hope more people get, involved. And
Yeah.
I would do that, but I have very weak arms.
This is actually the biggest group that we've had in years.
How many people do you guys have?
Like 130 something.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Do you
it's
rotate?
packed.
Or no, everybody's at the games.
Well, everyone can go to the games, but so we only have a certain section that we can be at because we have the recruits that are sitting like next to us, and then they want other students to be
That makes
like on the
sense.
other side of the wall too. So we kind of stack behind, and so we'll rotate and switch every other quarter.
Oh, that's good. Okay, you take a little
Some
break.
breaks, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have to ask, as we wrap this up, where is that beautiful?
So this is actually like a 1960s Air Force flight suit.
she's awesome.
And it's in like honor of our flying Aggies. I'm an aviation major,
Oh,
so
that's
it's kind of just like a little
awesome.
tribute to the aviation side of my life.
Will you take me on a plane ride?
Yeah, once I get my license.
And that jumpsuit.
Okay. I can make
I
that
love
happen.
it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you guys get to pick what you wear? I know I keep saying I'm going to wrap it up, but
Yeah.
we have to be 75% orange.
Yeah.
75% orange.
Yes.
Am I 50% orange today? No.
Isn't it kind of like
Clearly
the waist
not even
up?
close.
Yeah, basically
Yeah,
from
it's the waist up. So you could wear that.
Nah.
Come to a game, girl. We got
I
you.
need more orange stuff. And you have a beautiful shirt on. Where's that from?
Thank you. I actually,
Are you also into flying?
I think it's from, no, this is just like a little
Oh, okay.
retro looking shirt.
I
So
love it. And she has beautiful shoes on. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. I see it. They're Nike. So beautiful. Very Shrum vibe. Very
Yeah.
President.
yeah.
I love that for her. Girls, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for having
having
us.
Is
This was
is there anything you guys didn't say that you guys want people to know? Anything we didn't talk about?
fun. Join Paddle People.
Yeah.
It's
Go
awesome.
Go Pokes.
Go Pokes.
Yeah.
Hey, watch out for this one. Guys, thank you so much for being with us today. I'll see you next week. I'm Luisa Clausen, your host for We're Only Human podcast. Thank you. This was so great. I loved it.